Don't you just hate it when you get let down? On Tuesday this week, I jumped in my car to head home for lunch and the bloomin' thing refused to start. You've probably had a similar experience. You know the consequences. Your plans for the day are all laid out and then something wrecks them and you feel completely let down, frustrated. I didn't quite get to the Basil faulty level of thrashing the car with a branch, but I was pretty close. Christians around the world this week are building up to Easter, and Easter begins with a big letdown. The so-called triumphal entry, or Palm Sunday as it's sometimes called. Jesus visits Jerusalem for the Passover festival. The city is packed to the brim with pilgrims. It's ripe for revolution. And as he ascends the long hill into the city on the back of a donkey, the crowds lay their cloaks on the ground for him and hail him as a conquering king, waving palm branches in the air and shouting out, "Blessed is the coming kingdom of our father David." You see, in the crowd's eyes, Jesus is about to start a revolution, dealing with Israel's corrupt religious leaders, throwing out the Romans and no doubt introducing lower taxes, universal healthcare, free university degrees and whatever else was on the revolutionary wish list of the day. And for a while it all looked pretty promising. Jesus went into the temple. Perhaps now was the moment he was going to denounce the corrupt religious elite. But no, Mark's gospel tells us Jesus looked around at everything, but since it was already late, he went out to Bethany with his 12 disciples. Jesus came, he saw, and he left 6 miles down the road to the town of Bethany. What a letdown. Now, there was a good practical reason for leaving. You couldn't get a room for love nor money in Jerusalem during festival time. For the second time in his life, there was no room at the inn. But good practical reasons like that don't really count much to a crowd hoping for revolution. And it's perhaps not surprising that just a few days later, the same people who'd hailed him rising into Jerusalem are calling for his execution. What a letdown. The thing about letdowns is they tend to show us what we want more than what we need. Jesus hadn't come to pander to the crowds by defeating the Romans. He'd come to transform their lives forever by defeating death. His mission was so much bigger, so grand, so extraordinary that the crowds hadn't even realised their need of it. As we've reflected on the anniversary of lockdown over this past week and on the millions worldwide whose lives have been claimed by COVID, it's sobering to think that no amount of political revolution can help the victims of COVID. But Jesus can. The message of Easter is a message of hope and transformation in the face of death. I wonder, do you have that hope? After Easter, we're planning to run a short online course to introduce people to the hope Jesus offers in the face of death. If you'd like to know more, then get in touch with me, Barry at HopeChurchFamily.org, and we'll reserve you a place. And in the meantime, may your Easter be a very happy one and not in the least bit of a letdown. And to find out about our Easter services, visit our website, HopeChurchFamily.org/Easter. Bye-bye.